Clear? Electricity and breakdown. When I talk about the mechanism of electrolysis, we have to remember this process, which is commonly called as the simple breakdown of any compound into its respective ions. And there are two types of ions. One is the anion and other one is the cation. But before going into this, you must know that the mechanism of electrolysis is completely based on this theory, and this theory is known as ionization theory. What is this theory commonly known as? It is known as ionization theory, है ना? और ionization theory का मतलब basically क्या होता है? जब आप electrolyte, what is an electrolyte? Electrolyte can be an acid, it can be a base, or it can be a salt. Whenever an electrolyte, हिंदी में इसको हम विद्युत अपघट्य बोलते हैं. Whenever an electrolyte, whether it is acid, whether it is base, or whether it is a salt, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया था, ये थ्योरी क्या बोलती है कि आप उसको पानी में डिसॉल्व करते हो, बिकॉज इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इन इट्स फ्री स्टेट, अगर मैं इतना बड़ा सोडियम NaCl का एक टुकड़ा रख दूं और उसमें 2 इलेक्ट्रोड्स फंसा दूं और मैं उसको बैटरी और बल्ब से कनेक्ट कर दूं तो वो बल्ब कभी नहीं जलेगा. क्लियर? सो दिस प्रूव्स दैट इलेक्ट्रोलाइट इज नीडेड टू कन्वर्ट इटसेल्फ इनटू इट्स मोल्टन, फ्यूज्ड or aqueous state, है ना? It is needed to get converted into its molten, fused or aqueous state. ऐसा क्यों करते हैं? It is because so that it will be able to give its free ions. It will be able to discharge its free ions. So that is why that electrolyte, जब हम उसको molten state में भेजते हैं, तो electrolyte it dissociates into two types of the ions, as you commonly know as cation as well as anions. It is able to dissociate itself into what you rightly call as the cation and anions. But on passing the electric current, if I have connected it to a what you call as a DC source, suppose in case, clear, and when on passing what you rightly call as electric current to the same setup, when you pass electric current, जैसा मैंने आपको बताया था, तो what you will find, positive charged ion they move towards the cathode, and the negative charged ion they move towards the anode. I repeat, the positive charged ion they move towards cathode and the negatively charged ion they move towards the anode. अपने अपने electrodes में जाने के बाद they lose their charge and they become neutral species. When they reach into their respective electrodes, they move their charge and they turn into neutral species. Is this clear? Cations, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि cations they accept electrode from the cathode to become neutral species. The cations they accept electron from the cathode to become neutral species. That means what? On one side there is gain of electron and on one side there is loss of electron. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? On one side there is oxidation and the other side there is reduction. Am I right? इसी प्रोसेस में अगर आप देखोगे ऑक्सीडेशन कहाँ हो रहा है? जस्ट रेज योर हैंड्स. ऑक्सीडेशन कहाँ हो रहा है? यस, एनोड में. सो दिस साइड व्हाट यू हैव इज ऑक्सीडेशन और रिडक्शन कहाँ पे हो रहा है? कैथोड में. ऑन दिस साइड यू हैव द रिडक्शन. एम आई राइट? लॉस ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन एज वेल एज गेन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. क्लियर? सो दिस कन्वर्जन ऑफ आयंस, जैसा मैंने आपको अभी बताया कि अपने अपने इलेक्ट्रोड्स में जाके न्यूट्रल स्पीशीज में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. This process of conversion of ions, that is positive or negative, into neutral species, this process is known as primary change. What it is known as? This process is commonly known as primary change. So what is primary change? You must remember the conversion of cations or anions into its neutral species is known as, this process is known as primary change. Is this clear? And the product formed after primary change, the primary change is known as secondary change. Primary change के बाद जो भी product बन रहा है आपका, that is what you commonly call as secondary change. Am I right? This whole process is commonly called as electrolysis.